it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught. John Moran in the clutch. Oh, my word. Oh, my God. Deep to right field. Way up there. And way out of here. Down the sideline. Jefferson. Another huge run. Jalen Red broke tackle. Stayed on his feet.
What's poppin', everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Blake's Take. And with two huge upsets of the number one seeds on Saturday, it was going to be hard for the teams on Sunday to follow those performances up. Well, Sunday arguably brought out more entertainment than Saturday, as we had a pair of all-time classic playoff games between some of football's best players and teams. Starting off with the Rams, who barely escaped the grip of Tom Brady, who almost worked another one of his miraculous comebacks in the playoffs. The Rams looked like the better football team on both sides of the ball from the start, as they frustrated the Bucs with their ever-pursuing defense, allowing the Rams' high-powered offense to run up the scoreboard behind their veteran QB Matthew Stafford and big-time playmakers in Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham Jr. Despite the Rams having a 24-point lead, no one is safe from the GOAT making a comeback. Thanks to his all-time clutch abilities and one of the worst second-half meltdowns in NFL history, Brady was almost able to climb out of the trenches and lead his team to victory. Really, the Rams were just asking for Brady to produce a comeback as they continued to make mistake after mistake, not being able to take care of the football, which allowed Brady to capitalize on every one of those mistakes and ultimately tie this game up 27 apiece with just a minute to go after playoff Leonard Fournette came through once again in the heat of the moment on a huge fourth down score. Nevertheless, the Rams survived their second half disaster after Matthew Stafford connected with his favorite target, Cooper Kupp, on a 70-yard haymaker that set up the game-winning field goal that will send the Rams now back home for the NFC Championship game against a familiar opponent from the NFC West in the San Francisco 49ers, who have already beat the Rams in both of their regular season matchups this season. Will the third time be the charm for the Rams, or will the 49ers prevail once again and advance to their second Super Bowl in 3 years? And now last, but certainly not least, we had the Bills taking on the defending AFC champion Chiefs in hopes of avenging their loss in last year's championship game. Both Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes put on an incredible offensive display with a combined 60 completions, over 700 passing yards, and 7 touchdowns. Really, both quarterbacks played outstanding and both deserved to win, but only one could be declared the winner. Josh Allen appeared to be the one that was going to come out on top after he threw 2 touchdown passes in just the final 2 minutes of the game to give the Bills the 3-point lead with just 13 seconds left. Despite facing a dang near impossible task of getting into field goal range with just one play, Patrick Mahomes made it happen with a 25-yard dart to Travis Kelce across the middle to set up a Harrison Butker for the kick that sent this game into overtime. In OT, it was really just a matter of who was going to get the ball first, as both of these QBs were bound to march their team down the field on a game-winning drive with the way both of these defenses were playing. Mahomes just happened to be the one that won the coin toss and, as expected, led his team on an impressive drive that was capped off by a back shoulder fade to Travis Kelce in the corner of the end zone to give the Chiefs the victory in what will likely go down as this season's game of the year. Josh Allen played fantastic, and props to him, and he gave his team the best chance that he could possibly give them to win. But ultimately, the Chiefs ended up with the last laugh and now advance to their 4th straight AFC Championship game right back at home in Arrowhead, where they will take on another up-and-coming QB in the AFC who is making some noise in Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals got the best of the Chiefs in the regular season. Could we see them get the best of them in the playoffs, or will the Chiefs get their redemption and advance to their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl in hopes of reclaiming a Lombardi for their second time in 3 years? We'll see how it goes in the championship games, but what a wild division round. So entertaining, so awesome to see. I loved it. It was great football. Literally every game came down to the final play, and you were just on the edge of your seat the entire time. And I hope that continues into next week's championship games, as we will finally get each and every day, we will get closer and closer to Super Bowl 56. So you can keep up with all the NFL playoff action and championship games I will be covering next week, this following week. here on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and or YouTube. Check it all out on Instagram, TikTok as well. I'm available there, all at Blake's Take. Subscribe and like to stay up to date, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day.